able to hear us now. Let us know in the chat if you can hear us now. That was completely my fault there. But we did do this whole build out. We were talking about we are officially on the road to the big show here. And we're hearing from our Rumble Pack winner, Charlize Theron.
Yep, the new #1 contender as of last week to Samus Aran's. Is it Aaron or Aaron? Why can't I pronounce a single name on this roster?
I think we decided earlier that it was Aaron.
AHHWF Women's Championship. Charlize won that Rumble Pack match in her debut, Ben. In her very first night here, wearing that very same coat. Impressive.
Yeah. I've tried to wrestle in a coat before, and it did not go well.
No, not well. No. That's why I used to backyard wrestle shirtless, even in the snow. But, so Charlize here expressing some sentiments like, look, I know sometimes people that come in from Hollywood into wrestling get a bad reputation, and people that come in from elsewhere, like the UFC, get a bad reputation. But I'm not one of those people. I'm here because I love AHHWF. I watch it in my trailer on set all the time. I love Shaggy just as much as the rest of you. And I wanted to be a part of this very special thing with you very special people. Ben, it's nice to have your work appreciated by we're like the little people. And to have Charlize Theron come out and compliment our show is a great feeling.
For sure. It's nice to see that we have a growing audience here among all sorts of different viewers. But now Shego coming out to interrupt.
Yeah, not the viewer Charlize wanted, I don't think. And it sucks. It's unfortunate that someone's having their very first night to come out and get a chance to address their new fans, and of course Shego has to show up and remind us all that she's here and she's not gonna let anyone have a good time ever.
And you may receive their 44th pilot. I know that we're getting that a little delayed. But yeah, Shego coming out here and facing Charlize Theron. 44th pilot saying, by the way, Charlize low-key, high-key terrifies me.
She's an intimidating presence. But Shego, not very intimidated herself. She's saying, look, Charlize, you did great in that Rumble Pack match. Only because I was limited by then. Otherwise, I would have thrown you out myself. But you did well. I won't take that away from you. And I think we all know about how seriously to take Shego's compliments. Nonetheless, Charlize as well. But, Charlize, yep, looking intently, not backing down from Shego. Reminding her, if you could have stayed in and eliminated me, you would have. But I'm not going to let you distract me, because I'm here to announce my intentions to challenge Samus for the championship at the big show. And I'm not going to let you or anybody else stop me. I'm here to main event that show.
Shego slowly raising the microphone.
It sounds like the crowd is chanting "She's hardcore" at Charlize, which is on point. These fans know what they're in for already. But Shego's saying that Charlize does not know what she's in for because she knows that Shego knows that Charlize is new here. But it doesn't really matter who wins the match between Charlize and Samus. Shego has the right and the ability to cash out on any one of them, and that's even if she lets Charlize finish that match at the big show. She's holding this Money in the Bank briefcase over Charlize's head just the way she did over Judy Hopps' head and over everyone else in this company's head, Ben.
Yeah, and we don't really have any clear view of when Shego plans to cash that in. I guess that's their plan, is that you want that to be a bit of a surprise. But yeah, there is every chance that Charlize could be facing Shego at the big show because at any point Shego could cash in and win that belt.
Shego could cash in before the match, during the match, immediately after the match. It's a daunting threat and something that Charlize is going to have to keep in the back of her mind, even if right now she's putting up the front that she's not worried about it. Mm-hmm. And Shego just saying, look, this is my company. It has been for years. I don't take kindly to newcomers, especially ones like you. And Charlize saying, look, I'm not the biggest fan of yours either, but, I'm not the only one that has issue with you, and you have bigger things to worry about than coming out and crashing my welcoming party tonight, because Elastigirl is not too happy that you meddled with her entrance in the Rumble Pack. Then we have not yet heard an explanation for why Elastigirl didn't get to come out at number 20 like she earned the right to, but Charlize is saying that Shego did it.
Yeah, interesting. For those of you that watched the Rumble Pack, you will remember that Elastigirl did not come out at that final spot, as was the plan based off them winning that match the previous week. Shego is apparently the culprit.
Yeah, I mean, she's denying it, but, like, who's believing her? She's been responsible for every dastardly thing that's ever happened in this company.
Yeah. I haven't known Charlize for very long, but
Whoa.
I feel like I can trust her more than Shego.
That's some fire from the newcomer, Ben. Charlize showing Shego she's not messing around here. But here is neither is Shego. Big Hurricane Rana to the new #1 contender and the newest member of the women's division. The crowd booing, letting Shego know what they think of this. Ben, I mean, as the 44th pilot said in the chat, this is a dream match.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't know I needed it, but then all of a sudden, it's when you get a debut like this, all of a sudden you start dreaming about all the different opponents they could have here in AHHWF.
Yeah, and you know, despite the fact that we don't really care much for Shigo's tactics or strategies or personality for that matter, you can't take away that she's one of the best and brightest in the women's division, and she always has been. So to have her taking on Charlize after her impressive debut here, you know, it's exciting to think about. But what's even more exciting is Charlize fighting back against Shego.
Slamming against the mat
Taste of her own medicine there.
On that ring apron, the hardest part of the ring, you know?
Yeah, and Ben, I did not expect Charlize to be getting down and dirty like this in her first appearance. I don't think she did either, but you know what? She's game. She's ready not only for this fight with Shego, or any fight with Shego, but for that title match at the big show. And these two playing cat and mouse with each other, kind of feeling each other out, trying to keep the other one guessing, which is a smart strategy.
Oh, Shego going for a dropkick, but nobody home.
Yeah, these two are off to, they are off on the wrong foot, you might say. Oh no, speaking of that wrong foot, Shego, there we go, Charlize blocking it, countering it, sending Shigo's head bouncing off the apron and throwing her into those barricades with that lovely logo on it while coworker Brian tries to stop it. And Ben, if one person had to end this segment on their back on the mat, I'm happy that it's Shego, and I'm happy that Charlize was victorious.
Definitely, definitely. And yeah, Brian getting in there, breaking it up so that we could get order back into things here in AHHWF.
Yeah, and speaking of order, you know, we haven't heard much from our GM Fraser Crane lately, but, you know, one thing Shego didn't anticipate was that when you're interfering in a Rumble match, you're not just screwing with Elastigirl, you're also messing with Fraser's plans. If Fraser says this person gets a match and they get to come out at number 20, and then you have them come out at 13 because you play their music too soon, you're messing with Fraser's plans, and he does not like that. He was, Ben, when Elastigirl challenged Shego to a match a couple weeks ago, and Shego just said no, Fraser allowed it, because Fraser's on the morally questionable side of things as well. But this time, Shigo's not going to get away with it, Ben. Fraser's saying, look, Elastigirl wants a match now, and you're going to do it because I'm not too happy with you myself.
And that is what we will have coming up right now, is we're going to have Shego Elastigirl finally getting that match with Shego.
Yeah.
Shego not wanting this at all.
No.
Hopefully Elastigirl can get a little, you know, retribution tonight.
That's true, and you know what? You know, this wasn't intentional on Charlize's part, but she might have softened Shego up for Elastigirl a little bit. Not that Elastigirl needs it. A bona fide superhero, Ben.
Yes.
But you got to think that if Shego didn't want this match with Elastigirl to begin with, when she was fresh, she definitely doesn't want it after being embarrassed and beaten down by Charlize Theron. Okay, the pronunciation guide on Wikipedia definitely is emphasizing the third, but what does that mean? The upside down E.
That says, well, that says Theron, I think, is what the Wikipedia thing says.
Oh, so okay, what you're doing?
Because it's like a long R.
I think what you're doing is that the African pronunciation, that kind of trone.
Yeah.
But then the.
Well, so I heard her on a podcast, and that's what one of the things we're discussing was like how to pronounce her name, and I think it's one of those things similar to Giannis Antetokounmpo, where he accepts multiple pronunciations of his name.
Well, I'm gonna roll. If you heard her say it on a podcast, I'm gonna roll with throne.
Okay.
I'm with you. Okay, we're doing it together. And the worst thing to ever come out of Denver, Colorado. The green in Denver that should be illegal. Shego.
Yes. I'm trying to figure out in the truck we're having a few clicks and pops going on here.
Shigo's sabotaging us as well.
Could be. Could very well be.
Or Luigi's just mad that I hit him in his big ugly nose on Thursday last week. Wait, why? I keep digging that hole, Ben. I didn't even mean to.
You know, we only lightly addressed that last week, but yeah, you made your return. Rob Natter returns to the ring.
Look, I got sick of Luigi slashing my tires and sending me threatening emails. I decided it was time to take it to the only place I know where to settle things, and that's inside of a wrestling ring bed. Granted, we didn't really settle much. Instead, I just fought Shrek a lot.
Yeah. Well, you know, you showed Luigi that you could take on Shrek.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of making him impressed by from afar. Teach him not to mess with me.
Yes. And so now here we go. We have Shego versus Elastigirl. Shego already off to a hot start, but Elastigirl getting the fight back.
Yeah, Shego didn't have much time to recover from that impromptu brawl with Charlize, but it looked like she did get enough of a breather because she did start strong against Elastigirl.
Well, I wonder if it's one of those things that, you know, like Elastigirl, if we're going for maybe another sports analogy here, Elastigirl is coming off the bench.
That's true.
Shego's been in the game.
That's true.
You know,
warmed up.
Yeah.
And taking advantage of that warm-up with a shoulder tackle and a kick right to the upper chest there. Elastigirl with her second jawbreaker of the match. Oh, Shego had it scouted that time. Earlier in the match, Elastigirl took her down with a clothesline, but this time, Shego is ready to reverse it. And it ultimately did not matter because Elastigirl took her down with a back elbow and is now taking her to the buckle right where she wants her for a flying forearm. Ben, you know Elastigirl's been chomping at the bit for this match.
Oh, yeah.
And especially, you know, it's got to be... You got to be ready to go at any time because Elastigirl didn't know this match was happening tonight. She didn't know she was going to be scheduled to compete because Frazier literally just learned of Shigo's betrayal of his match order minutes ago. So Elastigirl had to be prepped, get that suit on real quick, and come out here ready to go against one of the women's division's top athletes.
Well, things can happen fast here in AHHWF. That is not to be denied. But now Elastigirl slamming Shigo's head against the turnbuckle here. Going for the stop, but Shego rolling out of the way. Elastigirl throwing Shego into the corner. Diving forearm there to the chin. Now dropping the knee on the face. Lots of action. Elastigirl going after the face of Shego here.
Yeah, I mean, I think if there's one part of Shego we're all sick of besides her soul, it's her face. Because she will not stop popping up on television to taunt her peers and coworkers, and to remind us all that she has something over us. You know, the fact that she's the women's Money in the Bank holder. But that's a big spear from Elastigirl, and that could shut Shego up once and for all.
Going for the cover here. Brian doing a count, but Shego kicking out.
Yeah, not enough. And Elastigirl having to check in with herself in the corner there.
You know, I'll tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if Shego went the whole year with that Money in the Bank briefcase. Because honestly, I think what Shego likes more than the chance to be the champion is the ability to just like constantly torment the champion.
Absolutely.
You know?
No, yeah, Shego loves the mind games, much like Wario in the men's division.
Yeah.
These are two people that really get off on messing with people, in addition to being great in-ring competitors.
Snapping the neck there, though. Elastigirl going after Shego and going for a cover again here. Brian counting, but only a 2 count. The fans, though, are on their feet, excited to see Elastigirl finally get their time in the ring here with Shego.
It's a big match. And as 44th Pilot points out with noting there's a lot of metallic spandex in the ring, you know, these two would, I think, Ben, regardless of what happens here in HHWF, these two would have always been enemies. Superhero versus supervillain.
Yeah, I mean, really, this is a tale as old as time.
Yeah. Helen Parr was never going to get along with Shego, and Shego just made it worse by interrupting her #1 contendership matches, sending her out to the ring early, ruining the opportunity she earned for herself. Shigo's not making it easier on herself with someone who would already be committed to stopping her crimes. And a second big spear from Helen Parr.
Oh, feeling it right now. I gotta say, I think that spear was maybe above par.
I was looking for a joke. I'm glad you found one.
Well, you know, as many people in the chat have said, I'm pretty damn funny.
I think I heard Charlize say that.
I think that was actually one of the reasons that Charlize came to
He's like, you know what? I'm sick of film critics. I want funny commentators.
Yeah. That's going to be way better. Oh, Atomic Blonde wasn't a good structured story? Ooh, okay.
Wait till you...
I loved Atomic Blonde,
not a repeat
Charlize.
of Samus.
And
Elastigirl had that scouted. She remembers what happened to Samus. She got out of the way. Big forearm to Shego to disarm her.
An interesting move. Elastigirl, I mean, obviously you don't want to get hit with a bat. But Shego hits that, and, you know, it's a DQ.
Oh.
And, but, you know, Elastigirl ducking the bat and then knocking the bat out of Shego's hand going, I want this match. Yeah. This is not a DQ. I am going to beat you.
Yeah, I want to finish this thing fair and square. So smart just for self-preservation's sake, but much like that Enziguri there, Ben, she knows exactly how to handle someone like Shego. Here we go, what she's setting up for here. Ben, that's incredible.
And yes, it was. And this pin may be even more incredible as Elastigirl could beat Shego.
Oh, so close, Brian.
Brian, you gotta count a little bit faster.
Brian. Alright. Shego has withstood all of the top moves in Elastigirl's arsenal. What else is it gonna take to have Brian count for a third time? Oh no, we might not get to see it. Code green from Shego.
Shego stalking her opponent.
Just pulling Elastigirl into the center of the ring where she can hit this. I feel like we had a name for that at some point, but it's escaping me. And luckily, Elastigirl's escaping that. She's still keeping this fight alive, Ben. She wants her revenge, and she wants it badly.
It wouldn't be a bad idea for us to have a notepad of everybody's like finishers so we can remember the names.
I pride myself on remembering them, but it's been a couple times lately where I haven't, so maybe it'd be good.
You know, it's just hard as a commentator. There's so much stuff going on. There's so much action in the ring. There's so many incredible wrestlers that a lot of times when the pace speeds up.
Oh my God, Ben! Speaking of that, you're trying to make a point, and then one wrestler does a top rope senton to the ribs of the other. But Elastigirl, not even phased, popping back up with an arm drag. You know, maybe she used her powers to kind of stretch out her body to lessen the impact of that senton, because that would crush a normal person's ribcage.
It's gotta be. And then Shego being dropped on the ropes there. Elastigirl strutting her stuff.
You love to see this from someone like Elastigirl. Feeling the kind of confidence that she's earned for herself. A shin breaker, and now firing back on Shego. You know, she's taking a toll in this match. But she's got a second win here with those clotheslines. Oh no, Shego took her in a small package. Oh, damn it, Ben.
God.
Damn it. Shego escaping the ring out to where her bat was left to take a breather and celebrate that she pulled one out over Elastigirl here. You hate to see it end like that, Ben. Elastigirl finally gets her chance to right Shego's wrongs by her own hands in this ring, and Shego steals one.
Well, I mean, that's been the story, right? Is that Shego just keeps stealing them, and Shego has made a career out of trying to injure wrestlers with those weapons. Helen Parr able to duck that tonight.
Yeah.
But you know, not ready for that roll up, you know, surprise pin there.
Yeah, you know, Shego can shoot toxic energy from her hands, but I will always say her most deadly weapon is her mind.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess from there, we're going to move on. We're going to keep going. You know, that's what you got to do in these situations. You can't let this stuff keep you down.
No.
Because sometimes the matches aren't going to work out the way we want. You know, we wanted to see Elastigirl get that redemption there. But, you know, Shego, once again, pulling out of that bag of tricks and coming away. Oh, wait, hang on here.
Elastigirl,
we got to come back here. We got something going on in the ring.
Yeah, Elastigirl arguing with coworker Brian. Seems like she thinks she might have kicked out in time. And Shego just loves that even more, Ben. To have to see Elastigirl frustrated and rattled in the middle of the ring. A person like Shego, that's their like delight. That's their dessert on top of the main course of winning a match like this.
Well, yeah, and Elastigirl sharing the sentiments of, I think, everybody in the AHHWF universe. Upset with the outcome of the match, apparently believing that they had the shoulders up in time, but Shego triumphantly leaving right now.
Yeah. You know, you had a point, Ben, that at least Elastigirl avoided injury. Because Shego would have taken that back to Elastigirl's spine the same way she took the sledgehammer to Samus's. And then we would have had another top women's division contender out on the sidelines again for who knows how many weeks.
Well, that's why it seems like the strategy, if you know you want to read into the psyche here of Shego.
And I do.
Is it seems like the strategy is to just try and like, you know, like Shego doesn't care about these matches. She doesn't care if she gets a DQ and an Elastigirl gets a DQ win.
Nope.
She literally just wants to take out anybody who could challenge for that belt.
Yep.
Like, and whoever is in that position to challenge for that belt, then she's gonna try to injure them. She's gonna do it, like whatever she can to try and put them on the shelf. I think Shego honestly really just wants. Wait, hang on. We got news coming. Something's going on here. Hang on, we got to cut back.
Wait. Raphael confronted Goku in the hallway backstage, and Goku having none of it, letting Raphael have it with a punch to the face. These two, Ben, it was announced before the show tonight that Goku and Vegeta would be granting Love Type Connection, their Movie Club Tag Team Championship rematch at the big show. But what is Raphael doing?
Well, apparently Raphael not happy that the tag titles at the big show are already decided as a match between
Jesus.
Love Type and Gogeta. I would assume they're trying to send some sort of message here. I don't know if it's the best move on the part of Raphael to try and go up against Goku one-on-one here, especially when there is no rules. But, you know, then again, I mean, Raphael has always been the loose cannon of the Turtles.
And that's what I'm saying, Ben, is that this is Raphael's style right here. The other Turtles might have preferred to get a group effort going and play some supernatural tricks in the ring to get this message across, but Raphael literally just ran up on Goku backstage before Goku even knew what was going on.
And Goku, it seems, is definitely teaching Raphael a lesson.
Oh, yeah, Goku more than capable of handling himself in a fight, surprise or no. And, yeah, Goku grabbing Raphael by that slimy, evil head of his, trying to drag him towards where it looks like John Cena is being interviewed. Ben, John Cena is backstage visiting the superstars at AHHWF. I heard him asking Weird Al for some advice earlier. And, oh, my God, Ben, good Lord.
Oh.
Not even Goku
Jesus.
can take many more of those, Ben. A blow like that, and then having your head thrown against the floor as well. That big gorilla press slam from Raphael. If Raphael wanted to send a message to Goku, I think he just did it. Goku coming short with that kick.
Yeah, Goku seems to be a little dazed right now.
Wouldn't you be? And Fortieth Pilot, absolutely correct. The things are popping off tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Our roster is out of control. The adrenaline is running high, knowing there's only been 3 weeks until the biggest show of the year.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I made the point earlier when our mics weren't working. But, you know, this is a part, you know, for those of you that maybe not be regular viewers of a wrestling program, the moments, the weeks leading up to these giant shows like this, you know, every superstar wants to be on there. Every superstar wants to leave the big show a champion. And so every superstar is going to do whatever it takes to get there. And so that's why everybody is trying to make their voice heard tonight.
Ben, I have several questions. I'm going to make my voice heard. Okay, we had 2 security guards there. One fled the scene instantly when Goku got thrown over there, so he's fired. That one hung around and just watched for a little bit, so he's the braver of the 2. John Cena, not even looking over at this. Ben, John Cena, is it good that he's letting Goku fight his own battles, or is it kind of a negative thing that he's washing his hands of this conflict that he could easily step in and intervene and break this up?
Well, you know, not to get too far into the whole, you know, behind-the-scenes kayfabe stuff or whatever, but I believe that John Cena has a no-compete clause with the boys out east, you know, if you know what I'm talking about. I actually think that might be John Cena's car in the background there, that he drives around a semi a lot. And
he does like it. He likes to be tall.
Yeah.
And our security officers retreating to the booth like the cowards they are. Goku taking a breather on that crate while Raphael makes him pay for it with a big headbutt. Oh, Ben, he's choking the life out of Goku. Unlike the Eldritch Turtles, Goku needs air to breathe and live.
And running that and then using the Eldritch God powers to make the box disappear.
Which is smart, because if you're going to use it as a weapon, if you can make it, like, evaporate, then they can't use it back on you.
Raphael running around on top of the car there, but then going back, and Goku.
Big calf kick, leg lariat from Goku.
Both these superstars are in precarious positions.
Oh, Ben!
Oh. Ramming Goku into the car, stumbling, but not down. Up against the hood now, falling to his feet.
You know, tossing Goku chest first into the hood of a car is going to do more damage, but Ben, I just can't believe the disrespect Raphael just showed one half of our tag team champions, our new tag team champions after the Rumble Pack.
Yeah.
Big Meteora on that
and,
concrete floor.
Oh god, the back of the head getting driven into the concrete there.
44th Pilot Security Joe and his twin Security Jeff are hiding behind that safe glass where they cannot be accidentally hurt by these two battling warriors. Which
I knew we should have hired Security Mo and Security Mike instead of Security Jeff and Security Joe.
Well, you know what? Sometimes HR makes mistakes.
Yeah.
But you know who doesn't make mistakes? The Super Saiyan God Goku. He's powering up that Kamehameha, and he's looking like he wants to end this thing with Raphael once and for all. And as
Raphael
another slap to the head.
And now throwing Goku. Goku falling against the tire there of that limo. I believe that's Fraser Crane's limo.
Yeah, the GM's not going to be happy about that. The GM's having a rough night. Fraser's going to be crankier than usual. But, Ben, that big kick from Raphael, we haven't seen that out of him before. Now delivering knees to the gut of Goku.
I'm sorry, but I saw that 44th Pilot said my car, and that just reminded me of like, Daryl, that's your car!
We're sorry, Pilot. We're happy you can join us. We will replace the car if we're at all able to. But I hope that you're right, Pilot, that we see Goku turn Raphael into turtle soup. Sam Hazy did turn it at the right time, and I'm not sure what TPC Shurgi means, but I support you in your endeavors.
TPC, cash and carry, you know? Like, Shurgi knows exactly what you need, TPC.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. That's what I'm reading.
Well, here we go. Kamehameha.
Kamehameha. And Goku walking away from Raphael, but not before falling to the knees.
Yeah, barely, Ben. Look at what that fight took out of him. Fighting a god like that in a backstage brawl with no referee, no rules. Even for Goku, that's exhausting.
Yeah, well, folks, we're going to try to get things under control here again.
Yeah, y'all, settle down.
I mean, it's already been a pretty wild night, and I can only imagine what is to come yet. But actually, what we do have coming up next...
Imagine no longer, folks.
Imagine no longer, because I will tell you what we have coming up next. I know I missed him. I assume you missed him. Ray, making a return to AHHWF. Ray has been on, injured reserve. I don't know what you call it in wrestling, but injured reserve for quite a while now. Finally cleared to return to in-ring action. And tonight, teaming up with their friend Ahsoka Tano to take on Daphne and Velma, friends of Shurgi.
Yes, and I just learned that TPC actually stands for the People's Champ.
Oh, well that makes even more sense.
A little bit more than cash and carry, but not by much. So this is the debut of Shaggy's pals, Daphne and Velma. I'm excited to see if they can bring the level of intensity and also the level of popularity to the ring that their pal Mr. Rogers does.
Yeah, well, I mean, always fun to see. What I'm trying to say here is I love when a competitor comes into AHHWF, lights the world on fire, and then goes and comes back to everybody else and goes, AHHWF, this is the place to be.
Yeah.
This is, if you want to compete, this is where you gotta be. And it's almost like they recruit for us.
Yeah.
They bring in, they see the other great talent out there and go, if you want to compete against other great talent, you gotta come to AHHWF.
And it's the same way with our viewing audience. I know they're out there telling their friends that Thursday nights are also the place to be, in the gymatorium or in the chat. Whether you want to park your car backstage and have it risk being involved in a brawl like Pilot did, you can show up every week to watch this program here. You can tell your friends, get them with you, and that kind of messaging, Ben, spreading the love and the message, the good word, if you will, of HHWF is exactly why Charlize Theron, Hollywood superstar, is now part of our roster.
Yeah, well, no, exactly. I mean, that's the kind of exciting stuff, is that we don't really know, who's going to show up next in AHHWF.
But I can tell you who will be showing up to this ring next, Ben, and it is Rey, returning from her Chris Benoit-esque sabbatical, the Star Wars superstar herself.
The woman with no name, no last name.
The woman with no parentheses last name.
Yeah. Simply known as Rey, a protege of Luke Skywalker, a protege of Han Solo, really studied and trained with some of the best. Yep. I mean, honestly, two of my favorite competitors of all time, with Luke and Han, and so I'm very happy to see them back in the ring. I know they've missed being here. And you know, I hope that tonight's a good return for them.
Absolutely, and it's funny you bring up Luke and Han. Eagle-eyed true believers will remember that they had a very brief tag team run here in HHWF last year. But I think, honestly, Ben, they realized, look, it's time for us to step aside, pass the torch, and let our pupil Ray represent our training school for us.
Yeah, and coming out with another member of that Jedi school of wrestling.
Conveniently located in Canada.
Yes, like many of the great wrestling stars. But here's Ahsoka Tano, another person who, you know, I feel like a lot of the fans like her, and she's had some success here in HHWF, but definitely hasn't made a huge impact. And I think every time they come out here, you know, they're trying to really show the HHWF universe what they're capable of.
Yeah. Ben, Daphne entering to the same song Ahsoka did. Is this a coincidence, or is someone playing mind games with the other? What's the story here? I know we gotta talk to Music Bill to find out for sure, but you know, I wonder if you had any guesses.
You know, I think that Music Bill has a 4 gig iPod Shuffle, and so there's only so many songs you can fit on there. You know, like, so if you want to help out Music Bill so we can get more songs for our entrances,
you can go to patreon.com/alienhappyhour.
Yes.
Buy Music Bill more gigs. And yes, we do remember Eagle Eye.
Oh, Eagle Eye, I haven't thought about it. That is a name I haven't heard in quite some time.
Music Bill smashing that repeat button as Velma also enters the ring to the same song.
You know, actually, I think Music Bill might have wrote this song, and so they're trying to get as many royalties and extra airtime as possible.
Giving themselves as many Spotify 3 cents as they can.
Well, and now here we go. Daphne and Ray, the first ones in the ring, and Ray backing down Daphne into the corner. Referee Brian letting them figure it out a little bit here, but now getting in between and breaking them up.
Brian knows what kind of night we've had here tonight. Brian knows that it's his job, his sworn duty, to protect the wrestlers and the audience, and quite frankly, us in some extreme scenarios, from the chaos that can spill out sometimes in this company.
Now Ray with some chops to Daphne, pulling over to the corner and getting a tag with Ahsoka Tano here.
Now I'm curious, Ben. It's the rare occasion here where no one in this ring has ever wronged anyone else on this program, so I'll be interested to see who the fans are supporting here. Who they prefer, who they're rooting for. In other words, Ben, who they got.
Yeah, well, and we'd love to hear from you out there in the AHHWF universe. Obviously, the logistics of us going around and asking everyone here in the gymnatorium right now. Ooh, oh my God!
Daphne with a top rope hurricanrana, throwing Ahsoka right into a powerbomb from Velma. Ben, I did not know Velma had it in her.
My God, that was wild.
Ben, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Jinkies.
So I guess after that, it might be a moot point. But those of you out there in the chat, let us know who you're rooting for tonight. You know, so after that, I wanted to root for, you know, Ray and Ahsoka. You know, I'm a big Ray fan. But it's hard not to be impressed by what Velma and Daphne just did.
Yeah, Ray with an impressive standing moonsault to Velma. But Ben, I think the difference comes down to the level of time, the amount of time spent with each other. Ray and Ahsoka trained at the same school, but not at the same time. They were in the same class. They've had a couple interactions in this program, but Daphne and Velma literally ride around in a van 24/7 together. Mm-hmm. They are the definition of wrestling road dogs. Yeah,
well, and when you travel together, you get so close. You know, that's how many of the great tag teams in the history of the sport have cited that as one of the reasons that made them so cohesive.
Ben, I heard from Shaggy that very move we just saw was invented because Daphne and Velma, on those long drives between shows in that Mystery Machine van, they'll take wrestling action figures and plan out moves they could do to their opponents.
And the mystery team here, you know, getting already like showing some real tag team cohesion right now.
Absolutely, they are a well-oiled mystery machine, Ben.
Yes, they are. Looks like so far in the chat, it seems like we got some. We got kind of a split. We have some people going for the Star Wars folk,
but then saying "whoops, never mind" in all caps.
Yeah, well,
after that big Super Hurricane Rana powerbomb combination.
But yeah, I mean, and I think a lot of people seem to be behind the mystery team. So you know, definitely, you know, we got two future budding teams here in HHWF.
It's an exciting tag team matchup for sure. Ray
Oh,
popping up, springing up out of nowhere with that Hurricane Rana. She's showing she can do it just as well as Daphne can. If not from the top rope, then when you least expect it from the ground.
Ooh. Yeah. And Ray going after the knee there of Daphne.
Ben, we asked our loyal fans. I did not ask you. Who you got?
Well, you know, I gotta go with the mystery team in this one. As much as I'm excited to see Ray back in here in AHHWF, in the wrestling that is known as AHHWF, I am I feel like the mystery team has a lot more cohesion. Ray and Ahsoka, friends, but doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be a great team.
Yeah, it doesn't always translate, Ben. You and I are great friends. I can't really speak to how good of a tag team we'd be.
Yeah, I don't know. We do have the fun Miz and Big Show thing going on a little bit though, so who knows?
Ben, Velma feeling herself after they hit Ahsoka Tano with yet another Frankensteiner powerbomb combination. Then it's one thing to do that move again to the other opponent, but to hit a move that devastating on the same person does not bode well for Ahsoka Tano's chances in this match.
No, but in the great tradition of HHWF, as soon as you say that, they start coming back, and now Velma in the enemy corner, but able to fight out of it. Oh, but Ray gets the tag. Oh, and Velma welcomes her to the ring.
Velma Dinkley.
Jesus.
Velma said, "Dink." Velma single-handedly running through the Star Wars superstars, Ben. Ben, what is this? Oh, my, Velma's a killing machine, Ben.
Jesus.
Ben, it's
nervous
true.
Laughter.
It's
but
true.
Ray,
you gotta look out for the shy ones, the quiet ones, the ones you gotta keep your eye on.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Death Machine Velma Dinkley. I'm calling it right. I'm saying it right now. I am bequeathing my Death Machine nickname. I'm handing it down to Velma. But Death Machine Velma Dinkley taking a big German suplex from Ray, not to be counted out here.
Ahsoka still knocked out on the outside. Ray going for the cover. Ooh.
Velma kicking
out. 2.5 count there.
My protege making me proud. I'm going to personally train with and tutor and work with Velma if she does not destroy me first. Wait, did she just... Oh, Ray went for a Hurricane Rana. Velma caught her, face planting her with the alley-oop and then posing for the fans, hooking her with a small package. We saw this move pay off for Shego earlier tonight. Will it pay off for Velma? Not tonight. Ray kicking out of there, looking a little loopy, looking a little dazed. Big Polish hammers from Velma. Ben, I've never been so surprised at someone's in-ring debut. Here we go.
Just ramming Ray into the corner there, and now throwing into another corner.
Ben, this team was plenty deadly when they were executing like high-level tag team moves, but then we discovered that Velma is a force to be reckoned with as a singles competitor as well. That's the second vertical suplex into those turnbuckles. One of those could put you out for life.
But Ray now trying to fight back, getting a suplex in of her own. And now Velma going to the corner. Ray not noticing Daphne gets the tag. And now Daphne throwing forearms at Ray, but now stumbling after missing that one. Ray
costly mistake. Ray making her pay for it with a comeback of her own. Clothesline after clothesline, big leg lariat. And Daphne spills out to the outside of the ring with Velma. Ray looking good now, too.
Yeah, both the mystery team were out on the outside there for a moment, and Ray is feeling it on the return, ducking another one of those forearms.
These are costly mistakes on Daphne's part, allowing Ray to take advantage, set her up, but no, Daphne countering, inverted DDT. Ben, Daphne wrestling in heels. Impressive.
Yeah, Daphne and Velma. And definitely
the heels to the face, Ben!
Oh, that is, and you know, after all the movement stuff that will hurt, that is why you do that.
Hashtag heels to faces, Ben.
Yes, and Ahsoka able to get in and break it up.
Ben, I'm a little scared for anyone that has to take on this mystery team. These two, I love watching them work, but this is some serious damage they're dealing out. Big DDT from Daphne. Ahsoka in there to break it up in time. Velma gonna make her pay for it, but no, Ahsoka countering her out of that waist lock with the elbows. Hitting a woman with glasses.
And Ahsoka going after Velma now.
Pulling Daphne out of the corner. Springboard crossbody from Ahsoka. Showing she's still got gas in the tank, even after all she's been through. Drop kick to the back of the head of Velma. Setting Ray up to Irish whip her to the corner.
Ray is going after Velma now. Daphne just dead to rights in the middle of the ring.
So Velma getting out of that dangerous predicament.
Opposite thing. I don't know.
You're good.
My brain's starting to shut down a little bit.
Well, this is incredibly fast-paced
There's so much stuff going on, and there's so many just incredible things. I'm glad we could slow it down a little bit with a flying
axe handle.
An HHWF classic.
There's a pump handle back here from Ahsoka, who is feeling it. Ahsoka has hit the second win as well, ready to get back in this. Big belly-to-belly suplex to Daphne. Whew, Ben, I feel exhausted. I'm just watching and talking.
Yeah.
And Ahsoka now getting a little more serious. She knows she's going to have to be ferocious in order to beat an opponent like Daphne. Here we go. Setting up for a finishing maneuver.
Oh, and into the turnbuckle as well on it. That is going to hurt. Ahsoka pulling Daphne away from the ropes, making sure she can't get that rope break.
And that's going to be it.
And Ahsoka and Ray getting a victory on the return. Maybe not the pin, but getting the W. And we got to see some great tag team action.
That was a clinic, Ben.
Yeah, like seriously, that was some really fun stuff.
Wow. Yeah. That pump handle overhead suplex from Ahsoka is one hell of a maneuver. And
I love the maneuver thing.
You like my brief?
Yes, I did. I love all your shortening of words.
Well, I'll tell you who didn't like the shortening of this match as a result of that pinfall. Velma, who it might have been wise to get up there and break that up, but here you are, victorious, with the returning Ray and her good pal Ahsoka Tano. That's Star Wars school. They know how to make them, huh?
Yeah, I mean that is true. There's it seems like there's more and more great Jedis every day.
We're getting a lot of positive feedback in the chat there. I'm in love with one Velma. Damn hell of a match. Best night of the night, match of the night so far.
I would agree.
Gotta agree.
I mean that I really enjoyed the I don't know if we can call it a match, but the Goku Raphael altercation. But as far as the straightforward matches go, that was a pretty fun one.
Ben, a women's tag team match like that makes you wish the Crystal Gems didn't run off with our shiny women's tag titles.
I know, we have the world's greatest detective Batman still on the case, and even the world's greatest detective can't seem to catch the the trail's going cold.
Yeah. Frazier has enlisted me personally to email the Crystal Gems once every 12 hours and just ask politely for them back. They've responded to like 3, but only with like insulting emojis.
Yeah. I mean, I sent a couple emails, but now they're just bouncing back. I'm not really sure what's happening, but I think maybe I might have been put in the spam folder or something. Hard to say, really. But so we're gonna have, it seems like coming up next here, what we have is our champion, the HHWF Men's Champion, Weird Al, coming out to address the HHWF universe. Always fun. You know, a really good friend of mine. Glad to see that they have at least seemingly silenced Mr. Clean. Definitely had a nice, strong, definitive win at the Rumble Pack. And the two-time champ lives on. What do you think, Chris? How's that pizza?
I think Weird Al is a great dude celebrating his successful title defense at the Rumble Pack by ordering a commentary booth pizza. Love this man.
Yeah.
That's the way to my heart. It's through my stomach.
Well, that's Weird Al's thing. Is that's his little good luck charm. Is he loves after a win to buy the commentator's pizza.
It's great. Ben, he's got to stay champion forever. But Weird Al coming out and saying thank you to the fans for sticking with him through what's been the most challenging but most rewarding year of his entire career, counting both entertainment as a musician and as a professional wrestler. Weird Al saying Mr. Clean took what he loves most from him, the title. And then once he got it back, he realized if there's one thing he loves more than that title, it's the fans that stuck with him and believed in him and helped him rally back and defeat his nemesis, Mr. Clean, at the Rumble Pack once and for all.
You gotta love that. I mean, really, like, you know, I mean, we've talked up a lot of the superstars tonight, but I love the love that Al has for the HHWF universe.
You know, yeah, Weird Al frequently says that he doesn't have fans, he has friends. And I love that outlook. And speaking of friends, Weird Al would like to welcome to the ring tonight the winner of the men's Rumble Pack match and his opponent officially booked for the main event of the big show, Trunks.
Yeah, and boy, you want to talk about a big show main event. Trunks, Al, one-on-one for the title. Trunks has spent a long time in this company, holding multiple different titles, and feels that now is their time. It is their time to, you know, reach the mountaintop.
Yep. And Trunks saying thanks, Al, for having me out here and giving me my props. Winning the Rumble was maybe the greatest night of my life, but I think that's not going to last long, because the next greatest night of my life is going to be when I get to challenge my best friend in this company for the greatest title in our division at the big show.
Yeah, and Al saying that he's loved watching Trunks climb the ranks here in HHWF, that he's been rooting for him since day one, and that he always knew that he was going to be a great wrestler, and that no one was happier than he was when he saw Trunks get that Judge Burge overruled title. That no one was happier than he was when he saw Trunks come out in the Rumble. And he was happy that Trunks won that Rumble. And Trunks saying that, you know, he's glad that Weird Al's been in his corner, but, you know, make no mistake, this, you know, Trunks has respect for Al too, but Trunks says that he knows right now is his time, and that this is his time to have that championship, and that, you know, it's time for Weird Al to you know, Weird Al's gonna have to go find something else to do, is basically what Trunks is saying. And Al, you know, coming back with it now, Al saying that, listen, I have a lot of respect for you, but I don't know if you are ready to take over being a face of this company. And you know what? I think that you're a great competitor, but I don't know if you can be the AHHWF Men's Championship, and I sure as hell am not just going to hand it over to you.
Ben Trunks taking a moment to collect his thoughts, putting a finger in Weird Al's face, saying, you know what? It's all water under the bridge at this point. I'm not carrying a grudge, but I will say that maybe I would have been the AHHWF Men's Champion sooner had my friend not hit me below the belt in a match at Al In. And that's kind of been a thorn in Trunks' side this whole time with Al. You know, he is pointing out that he's letting it go, and it's not taking it personally. He knows that what the title means to Al. But it is a valid point that Al's saying that Trunks isn't ready, but there were multiple times where Al was the one kind of stopping Trunks from getting to that level, so we really don't know.
Yeah, and Al reminding Trunks that, you know, it was a triple threat match, so, you know, all rules are off the table, you know, and Al saying that that's one of the things that separates him and Trunks is you have to be able to do whatever it takes to be like this top caliber of champion.
Absolutely.
And so that's what he's saying is he doesn't know if Trunks has that next gear yet.
A champion not only has to be, aware of what he might have to do and be able to do it, but also to know that that's a possibility. A champion can't complain about a rule being broken in a match with no rules. A champion has to be ready for that, no matter who it's from, even a friend. And, Al continuing with Trunks saying, look, I'm taking nothing away from you. When I said I've had a challenging but rewarding year, that's been your year. We had Mr. Clean attacked you and got you involved in our beef, and I'm sorry about that. I wish I could have backed you up more. Then we had our little thing you mentioned with the triple threat. Then you're in the cage match and you came up short. But look at you now. You came through the Rumble. You're here to face me at the big show. And, I'm looking forward to doing this mano a mano. And if you're ready and I'm wrong, I can't wait for you to prove it to me.
Yeah, definitely exciting. I mean, I think the whole AHHWF universe is ready to see if Trunks can prove Al wrong at the big show.
Yeah, Ben, that's going to be an incredible main event. It's one thing to see the blood feuds, and they really can't be avoided in a company like this with so many hotheads around, but it's also going to be great to see two people that respect each other representing the height of this as a sport, just competing on their own merits as people that like and respect each other, and just who's better.
Well, and the opposite of what we were just talking about, of people who like and respect each other.
Boo!
We have a Extreme Rules a match here coming up.
Yeah, the hardcore champion Wario taking his time, kind of getting into the rhythm that the hardcore champion normally has in this company, Ben. He's been getting away with a lot. He has not been following the 24/7 rule, and in a lot of cases, he's not even been following the fact that every match he's in should be like a hardcore one. But he is, he's not putting his title on the line here tonight, but he is using the Extreme Rules hardcore stipulation against the big dog.
This is really one of the things that I really miss about Shurgi being our hardcore champion, is that Shurgi was a fighting champion. Shurgi was always out there defending that title and really bringing prominence to it. I mean, I think to a lot of the fans' points of view, that was the title for a while.
Absolutely.
That was the one that was the marquee matches because Shurgi made it that. And now Wario has really taken the division, I think, back a little bit.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Because Wario, we kind of realized when he became champion that it wasn't so much... These were things that were expected of the champion, but maybe not written in stone. And Wario realized that and is like, nah, I'm not going to be the kind of champion that Shaggy was because I don't have to be. And you all can kiss it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's the kind of guy that's carrying this losing big hardcore championship. But at the very least tonight, we will be seeing him in hardcore action, like the belt would suggest, against the big dog. And it'll be interesting, Ben, to see, A, who I hate worse, Wario because of everything he's ever done, and Big Dog just for eliminating me in the Royal Rumble Pack match. And also, Ben, to see if the hardcore environment will suit the hardcore champion better, or if he's been avoiding it because maybe people like the Big Dog might be able to deal more damage to him than he'd like to receive on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one to think it's the latter there. And speaking of that, we could see some ladders in this match.
That's very true. Not that the Big Dog needs one, Ben, because he's gigantic.
But yeah, I mean, I would love to see, even though obviously, like, as we mentioned, this is a non-title match, I would love to see the Big Dog take Wario down a peg. Absolutely.
And as often the case here, a win here tonight could get I'm not going to go that far. Wario has no integrity, so he probably wouldn't award a title shot to even someone that beat him in a non-title match. But Frazier Crane might take notice and be like, look, he beat you. Maybe that's your next opponent for the championship. So Big Dog has a lot riding on this match.
Well, for sure. And, honestly, I'm rooting for Big Dog. you know, for all the reasons that we've already mentioned about how we don't like Wario, but as we mentioned earlier, you know, Weird Al after a win likes to send us pizza up here to the booth. And Wario, quite frankly, is a real dick and sends us pizza with anchovies on it every time he wins.
Can you believe
And no one
that?
likes pizza with anchovies on it.
But well, Ben, it's a tragedy that's befallen our commentary booth, and you know, God, I hope Wario loses this match. Arm drag from Wario. Wario clubbing the back of the big dog. The anchovies, Ben. They just smell so bad. Wario, another club in the back.
It's
Big dog taken down by a shoulder tackle from Wario.
Why, God, why?
Hardcore match off to an exciting start. Wario pushing Big Dog down. Another club to the back. Big Dog catching the leg with the kick. Shoulder tackle of his own.
Let's go, Big Dog. Come on. Send your energy, chat. You can do this. Ugh. And Big Dog rolling to the outside here, getting caught up in the ropes a little bit. That size, you know, it's easy to get tangled up in that kind of thing there.
Big roundhouse kick to the Big Dog dome from Wario, followed by a big headbutt, taking the dog down. You know, Ben, you hear sometimes that dogs don't even like to be looked in the eyes for too long. How do you think a dog likes taking a headbutt from a guy like Wario?
Well, you know, I've tried to talk with the Big Dog backstage before about, you know, how they feel about Wario, how they feel about being in a hardcore match like this. Well, I don't speak dog. So it didn't go very well.
Well, it's nice to know that both of our attempts at that didn't go well, because I tried to interview Wario, and he just sprayed me in the eyes with one of those flower petal deals with the water. It was rude. I was like, "What's up, Wario?" He sprayed me. Big Dog taking revenge for those several clubs to the back earlier in the match. Taste of Wario's own medicine. "44th Pilot saying, big fuck." I used my one. We are now a PG-13 movie where when things get real dire, I can say big fuck once. And
there's two.
I almost, no, you know what? Okay, we're gonna.
I'm sorry, I won't say it.
It was that thing where once you get started, you can't stop. I almost you said, yeah, no, I used an expletive in frustration that I used a second expletive.
That's okay. This is Alien Happy Hour After Hours now. But now Wario taking Big Dog.
Look how big Dog is.
Throwing Big Dog to the outside. Wario dancing.
Wario busting a move at the expense of the Big Dog while a guy in a tracksuit boos with his thumbs down. I'm with tracksuit guy. Another big headbutt. Wario feeling himself. Oh, those two
Big Dog
evenly matched there, but now, after phasing him with a punch, Big Dog knocking Wario flat. Big shoulder tackle. It's trading elbows. The rear window from Wario. Big Dog's feeling it there. And not in the same way that Wario was feeling it when he was dancing. The negative version of feeling it. The mods are gone post feet.
Like a Demon Ducks cover of the song Feelin' This by Blink-182. Yep. Like that's the negative feeling this.
Wario countering a overhand blow from the Big Dog and firing up with chops and kicks. Trying to wear that big animal down. Oh, wow. Big Dog.
Are these butts in the chat? I'm not. I think
can't
they're
even
butts.
See. Love these boxes. I'm with you, Pilot. That's what's coming up on mine. A moment ago, Ben, the two. So a few minutes ago, one of those two hit a neck breaker on the floor. Then Big Dog, a minute ago, set up for a neck breaker, but then faked Warrior out, popping off in the neck breaker position with a discus forearm to the back of the head. Real smart move, and just like that, big DDT is a smart move against the hardcore champion.
Wario able to kick out there, though. Big Dog looking a little frustrated, panting. Definitely short of breath, but trying to set up for something here. Wario is getting up,
That tongue is out.
Oh.
Like Michael Jordan. He's at his most deadly when the tongue is out. Big spear from the big dog.
Oh.
Wario getting the shoulder up just in the nick of time. You know, I feel like Brian's work has been questioned a lot here tonight, but I think that was the right call. I think Wario did get out before 3.
I don't know why, but Blink 1992 is so funny to me. Like, it's really, really funny, and I'm not entirely sure why I think
Pilot,
it's funny.
you are a bright spot in this chat week in and week out. Thank you very much. Also, you followed me on Twitter today. Thanks for that. And thank you, Big Dog, for laying the smacketh down on Wario right now.
Big Dog giving a DDT there and going for a cover.
After softening him up with a big Superman punch. Wow, Ben. Wario survived the spear, the Superman punch, and 2 DDTs from the Big Dog. Our champion, hate him or hate him, you gotta hand it to him. He's a tank.
Well, you know, I do hate him.
Honestly, I wouldn't trust you if he didn't.
Oh.
Second spear from the Big Dog.
And quickly going for the cover, trying to get the win off it, but Wario able to kick out.
Ben, Wario is a monster.
How? I mean, these spears, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Oh no. Is Wario about to take advantage of the hardcore rules of this match for the first time here tonight? What's he looking for, Ben?
Reaching under the ring and has
That's the same bat that Shego was going to use on Elastigirl earlier in the night.
Oh!
Ben,
oh!
Ben, that's how you kill a dog.
Oh, no.
Wario just took a baseball bat to the canine skull of the Big Dog. Ben, the Big Dog is frankly lucky that that bat bounced out of the ring so it can't be used on his head again.
Oh God, I don't know how the Big Dog's even still moving after that strike.
I think, Ben, the animalistic instinct is taking over. I think all brain power has ceased, but the body knows what it's doing, and it hits the Superman punch on the hardcore champion.
The crypto punch?
The crypto punch. What, Ben, another super... Look at the Big Dog. He can't believe his large ears that he heard that was not 3. He's hit all of his best moves multiple times, and the hardcore champion is still capable of European uppercutting him.
Most people wouldn't be able to European uppercut after that.
After one of them, let alone several.
Oh, and another spear. Is this going to finally be the one? The Big Dog has thrown everything but the kitchen sink.
He might have to use the kitchen sink to win this hardcore match. What? Okay, Brian, that one was questionable. What was that? That looked like 3 to me.
That was as close as it could have possibly been.
Big Dog getting on the ropes to be like, fans, what the f... Did you see that? Like, what is this?
This is a travesty.
Putting the boots to Wario. Wario getting out. No.
That was a frustration cover, I think, there.
The champion refuses to lose, Ben. Oh, no. Big Dog. Punching the mat in frustration. Kicking the back of the champ. Teeing off on the head with a knee. Ben, what is it going to take?
The Big Dog's going to need to figure out a different strategy, I think, here, because it just seems like this is just not working.
I mean, this is the strangest thing I've ever seen, Ben, because Big Dog, I think it's safe to say, has been dominating this match, but Wario just won't lose. Wario is just staying alive. It's not like Wario is fighting back all that much, or it's like a back and forth match. It's all Big Dog, but it's not enough, Ben. Our champion is so powerful.
And the fight goes back to the outside here now.
And here we go, Wario battling back for the first time in several minutes. Oh no, Ben, what is this? Ooh, wow.
Ooh, on the floor too.
Double underhook spin out backbreaker.
This is why I love having you around,
I just
Chris.
made that up. It actually wasn't a backbreaker because he didn't use the knee. I don't know what that would be. I'm sorry, I failed you. Big clothesline crushing Wario up against the apron.
Throwing punches, but Wario throwing punches right back. Oh, and then rammed against the side of the ring there. And Wario showing some agility, jumping up there. That's a high way to jump there to get on the Big Dog.
Yeah, Wario, much more flexible than you'd expect, but that's even a new test of his aerial abilities. To be able to jump that high to even hit a move like that on one of the tallest members of this roster. And to get his foot up that high. Ben, Wario's Zumba classes are paying off.
Yeah, definitely learning from his buddy Waluigi there.
In the chat, some interesting ideas for different strategies. Pilot saying someone needs to throw Big Dog a bone. TNT saying they take Big Dog off the leash. Big test boot from the Big Dog. That paw print embedded on the face of the Hardcore Champion. Ben, has anyone trounced Wario this thoroughly? Big Superman punch, the third of the match, that crypto punch. Here it is. Will this be enough? And there it is. Big Dog with a non-title victory over Wario.
Wow, I mean, just a huge...
That took a lot, but yeah, huge win for Big Dog.
I mean, yeah, like that's so, like we were saying earlier. I mean, is this Big Dog's chance to get a hardcore title shot? I don't know.
Yep. I have to imagine that Fraser Crane is watching this. I mean, it did go kind of long. Fraser gets distracted. We kind of have to like lure him into watching the show sometimes, but
that is true.
If nothing else, I'm sure he's got an assistant that'll pass on like, hey, the dog beat the champion, and he'll be like, well, I had to do something about that.
I mean, yeah, not only did he toss his salad, but he scrambled his eggs there.
Well, we thank you, everyone in the chat, for scrambling our eggs by watching our program week in and week out. Thank you for joining us on another exciting Thursday night edition of AHHW F. And we are on the road to the big show, and it's not stopping anytime soon. So we welcome you into our big car to go down that road at top speed and continue enjoying some top quality entertainment.
Yeah, thank you for joining us tonight. Once again, patreon.com/alienhappyhour if you want to help support us, make all our dreams come true. And we will see you next week for another exciting episode of AHHW *F.
Hashtag AHHWF on the Twitter machine.
Yeah.
Go forth and spread the good word.